So they're in the house, they're in the house. Okay, we're just gonna go right down the line here and just introduce yourself.
I'm Selena.
Selena?
I'm Kimberly.
Kimberly?
And I'm Char.
Char. Okay, now Miss Charlotta,
Yes.
you founded this or
We all.
we are like that. That's a teamwork.
Yes.
They got me kind of away from y'all today. Okay, you got started with Sisters for Life.
Okay, so we started in 2013.
Okay.
And we were all like line dancing at our local Elks.
Okay.
And so we kind of got together and put together a program because we wanted something a little bit separate in a different environment where people could exercise and use it towards losing weight versus in an environment like the club scene.
Gotcha.
So we kind of started our own program, and that's how we all came together. We did our first boot camp in 2013 and got a lot of feedback, and people asked what we were going to be doing and when we would do more.
Okay.
So that's when we
Okay.
came up with our program.
We're going to give y'all a clap. Praise keeping us healthy. Absolutely. Okay, so go ahead and chime in. How did you get involved with Sisters for Life? What made you be a part of this?
Kim.
Kim?
Uh-huh.
Yes, ma'am.
Like I said, line dance, like she was saying, we were doing line dancing before, and the exercising,
Right.
we do it, we do it 4 days a
You
week.
said, ooh, we.
We do it Monday, we line dance Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So
Okay, my
I
goodness.
enjoyed it. It at least keeps the water weight off of me.
Okay, okay,
So I can eat more.
okay.
And
Well, okay,
go
ahead,
And I've done met a lot of people through line dancing.
Yes.
And yeah, it's fun. We travel.
Okay.
We travel a lot.
Travel a lot. Okay, young lady, your name again?
Selena.
Selena. How did you get involved with Sisters for Life?
Well, as both of them said, we were line dancing before,
Okay.
and we wanted a different avenue to stay healthy, stay fit, and just work cardio. And so we decided, okay, well, let's do something different. And
Right.
we started having classes once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week.
Okay.
And we moved
Got good
between-
to y'all. Got good to you.
Then we started traveling, but we also stared adding in food, nutrition programs and stuff so that
Okay,
it would
okay.
help. And we moved between about average 5,000 steps per class.
Oh my goodness.
And on a Saturday we do 2 hours, so it's about 10,000.
Oh my goodness. So who came up with this idea? I mean, y'all doing y'all thing. Who said, let's do this?
So what happened was Kim and
Okay.
I
She said what
went
happened
to-
was.
went to Dallas, Texas.
Right.
And met up with another one of our Sisters for Life ladies.
Okay.
And she took us dancing, swing
Okay.
dancing and salsa and stepping.
And we
And-
couldn't do that either. We couldn't do that either.
Right.
And they were line dancing also.
Okay.
So Selena and I was at the table like this.
Uh-huh. Now we get
And
to how it
yeah,
started.
now we get to how it started. So we sitting there like, we need to go home and find us somewhere to line dance. We need
Right.
to figure this out.
Okay.
So we're out and we can't do none of the dances.
Okay.
So then we came back and then we started dancing we found the Elks.
Okay.
And we started
okay.
line dancing.
Shout out to the Elks. Okay.
Shout out to
Yes.
the
Shout
Elks,
out.
yes,
Okay.
yes. So then we started line dancing with the Elks.
Okay.
And then we went from there to doing our own business.
The three
Okay.
of us
The three
sat
of
down
us.
at the table.
Here we go, y'all.
And we
Did a boot
planned
camp.
the boot
Okay,
camp.
okay.
Then we came back after the boot camp.
Yes.
And Charlotta was like, okay, so when we having our next class?
Yep, our boot camp was very successful.
Okay,
Yep,
okay, okay.
That was, 6 years ago.
We had
So-
over 70 participants.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. People trying to get in help. Okay, so what is one of the first things that happen when someone comes to, would it be line dancing or come to Sister for Life?
Line
meeting?
dancing.
Okay,
Line dancing.
what's the first thing? So a person viewing it right now in the audience and then viewing the audience that they expect is going to happen.
They're going to be greeted,
Okay,
and most likely it will be by one of us or one of our instructors. They'll get a big hug, a little
I like that.
explanation of what we
Yes.
do. There'll be an instructor that will actually stand by them, that'll assist them going through the program.
okay,
We recommend that you start on a Monday or a Tuesday because it's very easy, basic stuff you can pick up, and then gradually add Thursday or come on a Saturday where we do teaching, a lot
Okay.
of teaching.
okay, okay. So
So-
how did, while we're talking about, how did someone get in touch with you?
We're on Facebook.
Okay, got a Facebook,
We have a website.
got a website, Sisters for Life website?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, got a number?
We
Go
have
ahead
a
and put it
number.
out. Yeah, please.
971 319-3745.
That's how they get in touch with you.
Yes.
And now, I know somebody in the audience is asking, somebody in Viewland said, what's the cost? We need to know. It's okay.
We have a
We have a monthly membership.
There you go.
The monthly
Okay.
membership averages out to about $2.38
See, that's
a
what I'm
class.
talking about. Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
beat that.
Can't
So
beat it.
then we also have drop-in, which is like either $5 or $7, depending on the day that you come.
Okay.
So it just depends on what you're looking for. But for me, I didn't like going to the gym.
Okay.
I don't know about everybody
Yeah,
else, but I
touch
don't
on
want
it,
to touch
yes.
all the sweaty stuff if everybody's been working out on and it don't get cleaned down. So line dancing for me was one of the ways to lose weight because you can actually lose weight from line dancing. You can burn an average of 4 calories per minute line dancing. Just in case those of you
Y'all
that
got
didn't
the
know
numbers.
that.
Go ahead and get the
So,
numbers out.
Yes. And it's a
got the
natural,
numbers for you.
healthy way. And it's a natural, healthy way, which means
Okay.
you're not using anything to try to lose weight. You're doing it naturally. And all you're doing is moving, exercising, using line dance to good music as an exercise. So there's always someone that's either wanting to lose weight, get in shape, line dancing. I'm telling you, and if you like music, soul music,
Yeah.
there's probably a line dance too from old school to
Right.
new school.
Yes.
So there's lots of line dances out there on YouTube.
Each month, Straight Talk does a gift and talent. Okay. This is going to be a young lady coming out. She has a special gift. They're going to get her mic'd up. She has a gift that she's going to share with us. And she also does poetry. And she's from
right.
Madison High School. Let's give Zakiyya a nice hand.
Right.
So while they're getting mic'd up, Sistah4life, you're going to come back and you're going to show some of that little exercises and some of that line dancing for us, right?
Yes.
Right,
Yes,
right.
yes.
So again, put that number out because I really want people to get into. Oh, can guys come?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Love for
Fellas,
guys to come.
we got a place to go and get
Your first
healthy.
class, for guys, the
Yes.
first class is free.
yes,
And get the gifts and talents out because we always hearing about the bad.
right.
Let's start
Yes.
showcasing the good.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, that's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Zakiyya.
Staring my reflection in the mirror. Why am I doing this to myself? Losing my mind on a tiny error. I nearly left the real me on the shelves. No, 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 no. Don't lose who you are in the blur of the stars. Saying it's deceiving, dreaming is believing. It's okay not to be okay. And sometimes it's hard to follow your heart. Tears don't mean you're losing, everybody's bruising. Just be true to who you are. Brushing my hair, do I look perfect? I forgot what to do to fit the mood, yeah. The more I try, the less it's working. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause everything inside me screams, no, 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 no. Don't lose who you are in the blur of the stars. Saying it's deceiving, dreaming is believing. It's okay not to be okay. And sometimes it's hard to follow your heart. But tears don't mean you're losing, everybody's bruising. There's nothing wrong with who you are. Yes, no's, egos, fake shows like, whoa. Just go and leave me alone. Real talk, real love, good night with a smile. 'Cause that's my own, that's my own. No, 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 no. Don't lose who you are in the blur of the stars. okay not to be okay. And sometimes it's hard to follow your heart. Tears don't mean you're losing, everybody's bruising. Just be true to who you are.
Zakiyya is going to be coming back. She has a gift of poetry too, so she's going to come back and we're going to do a little short interview and tap into who she is and how she got her gift and, matter of fact, where she's going to school at too. So she'll be back. But right now, like I said, each month we do a gift and talent. And we have a young lady who has a gift to build websites. And she wants to share that talent. So I was sharing with her, and I can't, I guess I can say this, at Starbucks. I'm not doing a commercial for Starbucks, okay? So that's why I had to think about it, right? But we met there through another associate, and we just started chatting, and so she shared what she does, and I said, well, listen, come on and share your gift. People need to know. And so she was willing to do that. Please introduce yourself, young lady.
Oh, hello, I'm Camille Spain, and I build websites.
She built websites. Now, what's interesting is Camilla was in the service.
Yeah, I was in the Navy before I moved into the tech field.
So let's talk, because we're sharing, but I want the viewing audience here to know, and those out in View, the transition, what you went into the Navy first for.
So first, I enlisted in the Navy, and I was a mineman, so I worked with underwater explosives.
You was a what?
A mineman.
Okay, explain to the people what that is.
So then you work with underwater mines,
okay.
explosives. Yeah, things
So
that
everybody
blow
said, oh
up.
my God.
You know, a lot of it's actually very boring.
Right.
We have lots of really uninteresting stuff like paperwork and inventory management.
So what is that like, you know, exploring, working with explosives, right?
Yeah.
What is that like?
Long periods of boredom interspersed with short periods of time when you might blow up.
Okay. Now, what, I know everybody here in the viewing audience and in the audience out there wondering, what made you get into working with mines?
So when you go to enlist in the military has needs. And they're like, well, we need people to fill this job and that job and the other job. So they say, well, based off your test scores, you're eligible for these jobs, pick one. So that sounded more interesting than some of the other stuff where they were like, hey, do you want to cut hair? It's like, no, not really.
So as a young lady, what got you interested in the service?
So one of the big things for me was I didn't have any money to go to college.
Okay.
So that was the biggest reason I joined the military, was because I wanted them to pay for college so that I didn't have to take on huge amounts of student loans that I wasn't sure if I could pay off afterwards.
Okay. Now, are you a Portland native? Went to school here?
No, I actually lived a little outside of Portland. I went
Okay.
to high school in Newburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's out in Yamhill County.
Okay, so we went from Newburgh High School into the service.
Yep.
There was no transition there. You just went straight into the service.
I worked
Okay.
agricultural work for a few months after high school and
Okay.
before I left to enlist.
So we went to the Army. You chose the career that you wanted, which is in mining.
Yep.
Mining. What was that like for a young person to say, okay, this is what I'm going into, and then what did you have to deal with when you went in there?
Well, some people found it stressful.
Okay.
Some of it was stressful, a lot of it was boring. I did get to do a lot of cool stuff while I was there. You get to shoot guns and fight fires and travel places.
Right, done a little traveling. Okay.
I got quite a bit of traveling done, so I've been to a lot of the United States,
Okay.
and I got to live in Japan for 3.5 years, which was
Awesome.
extremely cool.
Yes.
So you do get to do a lot of exciting stuff.
Okay, so now we done came back to the States.
Mm-hmm.
We're into mining. Okay, now you got out of the Army.
Navy.
Thank you. I didn't mean disrespect the ranks, okay? Okay, and so you got out of the Navy.
Yep.
And then what made you get into web designing?
So I actually learned how to program before I went to school for it, so mostly I did desktop customization, I knew how to do a little bit of web development. Well, I wouldn't say I was a web development expert, and mostly I liked modding video games.
Okay.
So that was where I initially learned about tech. And originally, I started going to college as an accounting major, but taxes are really, really boring.
Okay. So you went to college for accounting?
That was
Initially?
that was what I went for.
Okay.
But that when I changed majors, I was still in those first couple of years where most of the classes are pretty much the same for everybody.
Okay.
So then I switched over to software engineering, and I went to Oregon Institute of Technology for
Okay.
that.
Okay, so and the reason I want us to kind of follow your journey a little bit because we have people in the audience and we got people viewing the show, and they're wondering how did she do this? So now you went from accounting into web designing.
Yep.
Okay, now we're at the web designing. What got you started?
So while I was going to college for software engineering, because I mostly just covered desktop development, not web development. I think there was one class for web development. It's mostly writing desktop software. I started freelancing, mostly doing copywriting stuff just because it was the most flexible for my schedule because I was going to school full time. So I was just looking for part-time work.
So now while you was going to school, what was you going to school for?
Software engineering.
Software engineering, got it, okay.
Yeah, so then I did some freelance work, mostly as a web copywriter and doing some search engine optimization. And I gradually got more and more into the tech part of the web development. Because there's an overlap with coding and the technology part and things like search engine optimization. So I started doing more and more of that type of work, and I already know how to make desktop software. So since you already basically know how to program, it's just learning different languages, that's all. So I learned, some standard common web development languages and started doing more of the tech side of work instead of copywriting and search engine optimization. Then after that, I moved to full-time affiliate marketing online.
Okay, now, for a viewing audience in here and me and out there, what was that you just said?
Affiliate marketing. So with affiliate marketing, a lot of people are familiar with it to some extent from, bloggers that have affiliate links for like products on Amazon or something like that. So, but I worked in a bit of a different area of affiliate marketing. So I worked in paid traffic arbitrage.
Now, what's that? Break it down for us.
So that means that you pick products off of the affiliate network that other companies want you to run online marketing campaigns for them.
Oh my goodness.
And then you get a cut if you're successful with
Talking
selling
about
their
that cheddar,
product.
that money now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mostly worked in ads. So you
Okay.
buy ads, you make ads,
Right.
you run ads, you make landing pages.
Okay.
So you have to be able to make websites and make banner ads and text ads.
Okay.
So it's like a combination of marketing and tech
Okay.
and some sales acumen.
Go ahead. We listening.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So then after you take away your expenses and then the cuts that the affiliate network takes and the portion that the company's product that you're advertising, they get their share. Whatever's left, that's what you get.
Okay. Okay.
So I did that for a couple of years, but the problem with ads is everybody uses ad blocker now, so half of the money you're spending on ads ends up going down the drain.
Okay.
And then we had problems with paid traffic getting very, very expensive because all the big corporations were like, we'll just buy all of the ad space on the network. So
Got
then
it. Got it.
then it's like you
Yes.
can't outbid, P&G and
Okay.
yeah.
Got it. Got it.
So then it got very expensive, and that portion of affiliate marketing, especially for people in first world countries, pretty much folded. So then after that, I started to do freelance web design and web development.
So it's been kind of a transition for you.
Yeah, so that's the
Yes.
thing about the tech field is
Okay.
that everything moves very, very, very fast.
Okay.
So if you don't like a job where you constantly have to learn new things, it's kind of like you got to keep sprinting on the treadmill to just not fall off.
Right. So young person in the audience and then out watching or looking, what advice would you give them to get involved? They're techie people. They like it. What would you kind of say to them to go about getting involved and finding out what their niche is?
So a lot of schools now, like high schools, and I think even some of the younger, at the younger ages, like middle school, and I think even a few places, elementary schools have various sorts of tech programs. You can figure out, are you more into robotics, like a hardware type person, or do you like programming computers, which is more
Okay.
software?
Okay.
So that'd be a good place to start.
Okay.
Since I wish that stuff had been available when I went to high school. They didn't really have stuff like that.
Okay. Now, I know people in the audience are asking out in view, like, how do they get in touch with you, and what's the name of your company that you're doing?
Oh, so I'm just Camille Spain, Web Design and Development right now.
Okay, you said that kind of fast. I want the people to
okay.
get it.
Camille Spain, Web Design and Development.
Okay, web design and development. So they can go on Facebook or, no, right to your
Or you can
website.
just- yeah.
Okay, right to your website.
Yeah, so my website is just CamilleSpain.com.
Okay.
So that's just my name.com.
So they can go and reach you, and they can talk to you about helping build the website.
Yeah.
And maybe some young people might get in touch with you. Would you be willing to kind of work with them to kind of
I
help?
can take on
Oh, excellent.
a limited number of people.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so we got your website. We done went on your journey now. We got your website out there. What would you like to say to the young people right now about the whole techie world and how to get involved? And
Okay, make sure that you don't skip out on math during high school.
there you go.
Because you're going
Yes.
to have to take a lot of math
Okay.
in college. So don't miss
Right.
out on the math. If you don't take the math, you're not going to understand most of the programming.
Okay, there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Camille. Let's
Put your
give him.
hand
Yeah, Camille. Stay with me just a second. We have another part of gift and talent, and we got a young man whose gift is making us laugh. David Little. Is David Little? David Little? Come on up, sir. Do your thing. Let's welcome David Little. David Little. Camille. We got the introduction.
Anybody miss President Obama? I know I do. You know, during these times that we're living in right now, a lot of people are applying for that job. And, you know, sometimes I just remember, you know, him saying things like, you know, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please have a seat. Oh, you're already sitting down. I love you back. I love you anyway. People of the world, Portland, Oregon, Straight Talk. This is our moment. This is our time. It's time for change. We can't believe in. For when facing impossible odds, we've been told we're not ready. We can't make it. We shouldn't even try. Generations of Americans have responded to a simple creed that sums up the spirit of a people. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Sí se puede. Sí se puede. When I think about those times, I think about people that are inspired by, you know, that message. And I started thinking, man, you know, what if, you know, these people that are applying, there's like about 492 people that are applying for president right now for that job, you know. And I started thinking, what about Little John? What if he were to apply to be president of the United States? And he wanted to impress on everybody his patriotism. So doing that, he wants to sing the national anthem. That's a pretty difficult song to do. National anthem, Star Spangled Banner, Little John. Oh, say, hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 oh, hey, 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 oh, hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 hey.
David Little. Yes.
I'm David Little, reminding y'all, if we're going to live together, we got to learn how to laugh together. So let's use humor as a way of bringing together people and loving each other. Thank you. I'm David Little.
Right now, joining me, and I got my notes right here, so I'm going to see if I get this right. We have Miss Black Oregon U.S. Ambassador.
Yes.
And also with her is her business partner, Lacey. So please, ladies, introduce yourselves, and we're going to get into how you became the U.S. Ambassador, Miss Black Oregon U.S. Ambassador, and then how you became her business partner. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome these ladies. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Hunt.
Oh, my pleasure.
So we're happy to be here today, and I became Miss Black Oregon U.S. Ambassador 2019 by influence. I was contacted based off of the social and community work that I had been doing, and it was publicized, and they reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to compete. At first, I was a little hesitant because growing up, I wasn't the average girl. I played basketball. I'm still a hooper, and I played in the band, French horn, and I was just different. I went to Da Vinci Arts Middle School and eventually graduated from De La Salle North Catholic, so I didn't necessarily fit in with all of the girls. And, you know, growing up, it was a fad to fit in with the girls. And it was, you know, one of those situations where you wanted to be in the in crowd, but I accepted who I was. And by accepting who I was, I went on to fund my education. My grandmother raised me.
Oh, my goodness.
And I grew up off of
What's her name?
Her name is Louise Matthews.
Let's give her a clap.
But I have three phenomenal women in my life.
Okay, talk about them real quick.
My grandmother, Louise Matthews,
Yes.
she is the prodigy of Alice Brink, who moved here from Detroit, Michigan. She worked at the White Stag building off of with the Portland, Oregon flashing sign.
Yes.
And then my mother, Pastor Renee Ward. She's an amazing person in terms of her belief in doing ministries within the community versus inside of the actual church building. She takes it outside of the walls, and that's what I love about her. She also has her own boutique, which we opened off of 75th and Fremont, called Just Because Boutique. And we opened it after she was able to beat triple-negative breast cancer. Yes. So it's really important to me that the women that I speak of are always at the top of my forefront. And the last but not least is my aunt, Alicia Blakely. She she works in with Home Forward, and so she does a lot of housing for a lot of the Black families here in Oregon, and that's something that we are plagued by. And so, speaking of things that we're plagued by, part of the Ambassadors of Change program has to do with being able to be the light and empower communities, as well as being able to say with a different set of eyes, this is something that I feel like is really plaguing the community, and this is what I'm going to do to be an agent of change. So as an ambassador of change for the state of Oregon, I have a platform, and the platform is called Rooted. And Rooted is near and dear to my heart. I founded it on my grandmother's birthday, April 22nd of last year. We started out with 25 members that were Black professionals, and we now have over 2,000 members within a year. And everyone is amazing. I mean, they are all from different backgrounds, different states, some natives, some transplants. And then they also just, really amazing people beyond what they do. Some of them work at Nike, Intel, Adidas, and community organizations, City of Portland, Oregon. And it's just like, for me, I am empowered by the people that I interact with on a social and on a professional level. So for me, what I'm doing is a social equality construct project. So that was my idea, was to see how many of us I could pull together in 1 year. And now it's about values. So Rooted is based on a few values, and just to highlight a few, we believe in being Black, being rooted in being Black, being rooted in being open, being rooted in a growth mindset, being rooted in the fact that equality is important, being rooted in empowerment, and being rooted in creativity, and being rooted in, most importantly, healing. Understanding those values is what keeps us rooted. And also, I just have to make sure that I highlight that it's something that is important for everyone when you're going through life, is assessing your values and making sure that every step that you make is going to be the next step based on your values. So I left De La Salle North Catholic and went on to Oregon State University, go Beavs, and got
some ducks up in here now.
But I'm not done yet, because I got my second degree from University of Oregon. So they call me a platypus. A lot of people don't like that, but each one offers something different. One was a science university, another one was a university that offered physiology and that sort. So I loved it, and I went on to California State University, East Bay. Back then it was called Hayward, Dr. T. And so she also studied there. And so then I decided and finished at Stanford. And for me, it was an experience that said, let me find out what's going on so that then I can be the change that I wish to see.
Absolutely.
And if I don't immerse myself in that, I won't know how to be that change. So I decided to study healthcare. I started out in pharmaceutical sciences, and I was on a journey to be a pharmacist. I told myself that I was going to heal communities, and then I realized that the pharma industry was not for me. I don't believe in genetic research with Henrietta Lacks cells and other things of that nature. And so with Henrietta Lacks being a Black woman whose cells regenerate and it's being used for years and years, I was not a fan of that. So I decided to take the health administration route, and I studied cardiothoracic surgery when I was at Stanford University. And that, for me, was the hitter. I realized that a lot of these patients were patients of color, and I realized that it was important for me to go on and obtain a doctorate to prove that our society is plagued by the trauma that we deal with. And because of the trauma that we deal with, that is what increases our stress, that is what increases our chronic diseases, and that is why we wind up with some of the craziest illnesses that you've ever heard of. Sickle cell is not by a plague, it's by design. Cancer is not by a plague, it's by design. Everything that we deal with is by design, and we know this. And I am a person who strongly believes in Dr. Sebi teachings, and with my mother having cancer, I took it upon myself to really dig deep, like I say, into my values. So it was very hard being in healthcare and then transitioning into being the person having to care for my family members. Now, at that time, my grandmother also was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. So I had my mother and my grandmother with cancer at the exact same time. And I was pulled. I was having to take care of both of them and do care coordinated services for both of them. So it was difficult. It was very difficult. And what I learned from this experience is that you have to be rooted in your values. And that's when I came up with my platform, Rooted.
Rooted,
And
okay,
Rooted.Black Incorporated is also on Facebook.
Okay.
We host a lot of events. We had an event this past Friday, which was amazing, called the Business Exchange Mixer. And we collaborated with the Legendary Agency, which is another agency that does a lot of curating events for community out here. And it was amazing. We were able to give away raffle prizes from local Black-owned businesses.
My
And so
goodness,
we're doing the
yes.
Black Dollar circulation. And then also we were able to give to a young man, Mr. Hobbs, a $500 scholarship for him to be able to go to dance school.
Well, congratulations,
Yeah.
Mr. Hobbs.
Mr. Hobbs, yes.
You know,
yes.
I know somebody's listening in the audience here and the viewing audience, and they say, what motivated you?
Right. I was motivated by about, I'd say, 4 different people in my life.
Okay.
The first person that motivated me was my great-grandmother. I never met her.
Oh, my
She motivated me, and I never met her. Alice Brink. She moved here escaping racism in the South, and she sent her children up north to New York while she moved over here to Oregon to work at the White Stag building with the Portland, Oregon blinking sign as you cross over the bridge.
Yes.
And she had this strong, deeply rooted value of empowerment and equality. And so she would take the monies that she earned while she worked there as a talented seamstress, and she would send it back east to her family, to her sisters. And when she had enough money, she sent for her children, my grandmother and my great uncle, Dr. Allison Blakely. They moved over here. And when they moved over here, she decided to give them what she never had. So she was a person who worked tirelessly. She encouraged them. My grandmother actually was one of the first Black female managers at Textronics. And these are people who showed me that no matter what, it's possible.
It's possible.
And they showed me that it doesn't matter what people say, it's what you say and what God says.
Absolutely.
And so I took that under my spirit and I decided to go forward. And when I decided that pharmacy wasn't for me, I wasn't lost completely because I knew that I fit somewhere.
Right.
So that's when I decided to do the healthcare administration route. And then I decided that Black health equity was the #1 important thing in my life right now because I feel like we are the generation that is chosen, but we are the generation that is also lost in terms of when it comes to healthcare. And so I created pillars within Rooted, and Rooted has 4 pillars, healthcare, social equality,
Healthcare,
financial
social
literacy,
financial, okay.
and education.
Now, speaking of the financial piece, you have someone that's your business associate,
Absolutely.
business partner with
And that's
you.
what I was tailoring it
Yeah,
to,
go ahead,
Mr.
tailor
Brown.
them with it. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I have my lovely business partner,
Yeah.
Lacey, Dacus, and she's also my sorority sister, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority
Let's welcome
Incorporated.
Lacey.
Kiwi for that.
Thank you.
And I'd like her to actually share a little bit about our financial literacy pillar within Rooted.
Yes,
like that.
absolutely. Thank you so much,
My
Arya.
pleasure. My pleasure.
It's a pleasure to be on the show today.
My
Thank you for
pleasure.
having us.
My pleasure.
So as Arya was talking about, we're very much so focused on things that we feel plague our community. And unfortunately, when you look statistically at African Americans, people of color, and other races, and the disparity between our economic systems and our wealth and everyone else's, we're quite a few years behind. And there are systemic reasons why we are very behind other races as far as slavery in the history of our country, but also there's just a severe lack of education and also a lack of educators that look like us.
Yes.
Because it's not always the easiest to take advice from someone that maybe you don't respond to by what they look like or their nationality. So what our goal is to be able to bridge that gap by being people of color and going into communities of color and educating them on tools and strategies that wealthy people have used for centuries to pass wealth on to their families that we, one, maybe were not always had available to us, but 2, did not trust the information that maybe had been provided to us by other people.
Right. Now, I know the audience here and the viewing audience, how did you two meet?
Well, we're sorority sisters.
Okay. And what's
so
sorority? Go ahead,
Alpha
shout out.
Kappa Alpha Sorority
Sorority
Incorporated.
You got some of them up in the house. Okay.
The first and the finest premier organization for college-educated women.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we are very much so, we love to support one another and see ways where we can collaborate with all of our sisters of the Divine Nine, Deltas, Zetas, women of Sigma Gamma Rho. We like to make sure that we work together as Black women to be able to uplift each other. And when I saw what Arya was doing and she saw what I was doing, we met and we discussed
Now, what
ways
was
that we could
moment? What
have.
was that moment? What was that moment? We want to follow you.
Well,
Right,
when
how
I,
that
when I
went.
when I moved to the Bay Area,
Okay.
Right.
Lacey. Oh, so I've been a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated since the spring of 2011.
Okay.
And so when I moved to the Bay Area, I was at the time obtaining my master's degree in healthcare administration, and so I had the opportunity to connect with the sorority sisters out there in California in the Bay Area. And so it was a great experience because when you're going to a new state and you don't have any family there per se, like a lot of family, it's good to have that connection. So I was able to connect with them, and then they took me to San Jose State University. And during that time, I was able to see Lacey become a member of Alpha
Yes.
Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Yes.
And ever since then, I followed her trajectory. And when she graduated and decided I'm going to do something amazing and I'm going to do something impactful, I reached out to her and I said, I see what you're doing, and I think that we could do something amazing together. And that's what we believe in as women of Alpha Kappa Alpha, is that, yes. That's it. Yeah. It's our purpose to cultivate and encourage high scholastic and ethical standards,
Right.
and to promote unity and friendship among college women, and to study and help alleviate problems concerning girls and women. You know, that's what we do, and it's important to us. And so, because of that, we just hosted an event on Saturday. And just as a disclaimer, we're going to update the location to where we host this event, but it was at PCC, and it was our event called Money Talks. So
Yes,
it
Money
was-
Talks.
Came up with that.
It was a collaboration.
Okay.
Yes, so
Go ahead.
my
It was Lacey,
career,
right?
yes,
Lacey, okay.
yes, sir. So my
Okay.
career is in finance. Actually, my background is in psychology, and I wanted to get my degree in psychology because I saw how impactful it was for African American families to stay together.
Yes.
My parents have been married for almost 30 years now.
Well, congratulations.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes,
What's your name?
Samuel Dacus and Rosalind Dacus.
Yeah.
Yes, almost 30 years. But unfortunately, there was a point in my childhood where finances almost broke my family apart.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And I realized that in the African American community, whether it's maybe doing things illegally or whether it's just a lack of education, finance is a very big plague and factor in our families being broken apart. And when I went to school to get my education, I wanted to be an advocate for that, because even though my parents stayed together, what I experienced as a child growing up in that tumultuous environment affected me. And I wanted to be able to go back into other people and other women, especially African American young girls, and show them that, one, that they don't have to go through that, and two, if we can start things early and get into education and help them, we can prevent some of the problems and issues that are plaguing our community.
Now, without getting too personal, too deep, someone probably heard you say that you was in a type of environment.
Yes.
Trying to express what that was like. for
Okay,
you.
yeah, no
Yes,
problem.
okay.
My dad, as I'm sure you can understand, I have 9 siblings.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And my parents are very old school. My mom did not work. She took care of the home.
Okay.
And I grew up in the Church of God in Christ. I was born in the church. I went to
Yes.
church almost 5-6 days out of the week.
Yes.
But when my dad lost his job in 2001, he was working at Sony. And the year prior to that, the iPod came out.
Okay.
And
Yes.
I don't know if you're familiar with the
iPod.
iPod, but
Yeah.
at the time, Sony had Walkmans and cassette players. So when you have a Walkman versus having an iPod,
Yes.
it's pretty easy to choose which one you're going to have. And he got laid off, and his demeanor and the way that he acted changed drastically. He was very angry. He didn't talk
Okay.
to us the same and talk to my mom the same.
Okay.
And that definitely affects you in your environment, not being able to
Exactly.
have the same conversations you had prior to that
Yes.
event happening.
Yes. See, and I think that's a good point you touched on, because go ahead, Miss.
Oh no, I just agreed. I
Okay,
just agreed.
yes.
I think it's important that
Yes.
we pay attention to that.
Because there are some families going through that,
Right.
and the attacks start. You know, why you ain't got no job?
Right.
Well, it is like it is, and then it creates that environment. And so I'm glad you touched on that, because it's some people going through that right now.
Right.
Right.
How would you able to maintain you through all of that?
Through all of that, well,
Yes.
I actually want to definitely applaud the young lady earlier that was singing and also who wrote poetry,
Yeah.
because that was my outlet as a child.
Yeah.
That was my outlet, was just writing.
Okay.
But now I think it's very important, and I know we have to wrap up soon. I just want to make sure that we give information for you to follow myself
Please
or
do. Please
Arya
do.
as well too. So everyone can follow me on Instagram at Lacey, LACEY_CEO.
Okay.
And we provide information, education, so that we can help with those problems in those homes.
Okay, I want to put a disclaimer out here too.
I'd like to.
So whenever you feel like it or need to or want to, come on to Straight Talk.
We will. We
Please,
will.
and let us help her get the information out.
Let me go ahead.
Okay, next coming up, well, we're going to talk, but we're going to get the Cowboys ready because we got the Cinco de Mayo coming up. So please get them ready, and then we're going to have Mr. Ishmael come around here, and we're going to be talking to him about Cinco de Mayo. And go ahead, please.
And I just wanted to say that I will be having a few events coming up as Miss Black Oregon U.S. Ambassador. So if you follow me on Instagram, it's a very long title. It's at miss.black.us ambassador, but it's Oregon in front of that. So it's at miss.black.Oregon U.S. Ambassador 19. Now, I'll make it easier and say that if you follow me on Rooted.Black Incorporated on Facebook, you'll automatically be connected to my Instagram. But the purpose of what we are doing is pretty much getting the community to stay rooted. We have a lot of things down the pipeline, including Rooted Financial Services, which we're doing currently, and then the ultimatum is Rooted Healthcare. So we're taking it the next level, and we're going to be empowering the youth as well as leaders of the community to really come together and stay rooted. And if you would like to endorse or sponsor me as I'm going nationally in Atlanta the first week of August, I'm going to be competing nationally for the Miss Black U.S. Ambassador title. I want to give a special thanks to my mother for encouraging me and inspiring me to keep going. She is a person who's so strong, and seeing her, be able to,
be a part of that.
fight something so powerful. And they told her it was a terminal disease,
Yes.
So I'm here today not representing myself, but the women in my life who fight so hard every day and who do not give up, who give me a reason to keep going.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, you heard Miss Black USA Ambassador and her BP, Lacey. Thank you, ladies, and we look forward to working with you, whatever Straight Talk can do. And I got one more question. What was it like when they put that crown on your head? No, tiara, right?
Crown.
Yeah, okay, the crown, yeah.
It was amazing because my mother and grandmother always wore crowns, meaning the hats that they wore to church.
Talk to
and
us,
I just got done being a host at the Crowns play, and watching that play reminded me of the importance of the crown and the levels of life that crown took me through.
Yeah.
So it feels natural. It reminds me of the day my grandmother put a hat on my head and cocked it to the side and said, "That's what you're going to wear to church today."
And you should always
Go ahead.
wear your crown. You
Yes.
should always wear your crown.
Always wear your crown.
And I'm really thankful for, I'm really thankful for the Ambassadors of Change. They are an amazing organization, and they actually are having a Women Empowerment Week in Atlanta. So if you are interested in attending, please do reach out to me and let me know. It will be an amazing conference in Atlanta, Georgia, July 29th through August 4th. And at the tail end of that week will be the national competition for the pageant. So please, I'm always looking for people that I can reach out to.
Absolutely. Ladies, please come back. Straight Talk is here for you.
Thank you
Okay?
so much, Mr. Brown.
Yes, my pleasure. My pleasure. Next coming up, go ahead. You got the Cowboys. Go ahead and get your spot over there. Let's hit the Cowboys. We got Cinco de Mayo coming up, and it's important for us to share each other's culture. And these gentlemen, they're going to do some roping. Okay? Trick roping. So go ahead and get warmed up where they get their music. ¿Cómo se llama? Charlie. Charlie, welcome, Charlie. Yes.
¡Ay, ay, ay! ¡Hola, pato! ¡Y ráscale bonito a la chinchita!
Yes, thank you,
¡Vuélate del
ladies.
Pueblo Nuevo! Yo
soy el gavilancillo que ando por aquí volando. No se asusten pichoncitos, palomas ando buscando. No se asusten pichoncitos, palomas ando buscando. Tira la la la, ay la la la. Tira la la la, ay la la la. Yo soy el gavilancillo que ando por aquí volando. No se asusten pichoncitos, palomas ando buscando. Gavilancillo que me la vengo a llevar. Yo soy el gavilancillo que me la vengo a llevar. Avísenle a su marido que me la salga a quitar. Avísenle a su marido que me la salga a quitar. Tira la la la, ay la la la. Tira la la la, ay la la la. Yo soy el gavilancillo que me la vengo a llevar. Avísenle a su marido que me la salga a quitar. Yo soy el gavilancillo que ando por la nopalera. Yo soy el gavilancillo que ando por la nopalera. A ver si puedo agarrar a una paloma habanera. A ver si puedo agarrar a una paloma habanera. Tira la la la, ay la la la. Tira la la la, ay la la la. Yo soy el gavilancillo que ando por la nopalera. A ver si puedo agarrar a una paloma habanera. Ay, ay.
Explain a little bit to us of what the dance is just you did. A little history on it. Yeah. Share a little bit what that dance is all about.
It's called Floreo. I've been doing it for about like a couple years, like 4 years. I like to do it because like I like to represent my culture. I've always liked it since young. Oh my God, sorry about that. Yeah, there's like not much to say. I'm not good at explaining, but yeah.
He loves it.
And I, sorry, I'm kind of, and I represent Escuela Charros Mendoza. It's a little school we have in Ridgefield. Oh my God, yeah.
It was good. It was good.
Sorry.
La fiesta charra, fiesta del sol. Donde los charros valientes dan con sus cantos la evocación. Jaripeo su festejo que huele a surco y a tradición. Ruedados de la faena más admirada de mi nación. Bonito es el jaripeo y cuando es su animación. Yo quiero montarle un toro pa' que me mire mi amor. Upaliu paliu, upaliu paliu. Yo quiero montarle un toro pa' que me mire mi amor.
Y así se canta en mi tierra, ¿verdad de Dios que sí?
La gente aplaude con emoción. Y goleado por Don Amor. Y abracalaron un toro pa' que lo monte Don Felimón. Y mientras sus lanzadores corrían la riata con gran primor. Bonito es el jaripeo y cuánta su animación. Yo quiero montarle un toro pa' que me mire mi amor. Upaliu, paliu, upaliu, paliu. Yo quiero montarle un toro pa' que me mire mi amor. La fiesta charra, fiesta del sol. Donde los charros valientes dan con sus cantos la evocación. El jaripeo es un festejo que huele a surco y a tradición. Remedo de la faena, más admirada de mi nación. Bonito es el jaripeo y cuánta su animación. Yo quiero montarle un toro pa' que me mire mi amor. Upaliu, paliu, upaliu, paliu. Yo quiero montarle un toro pa' que me mire mi amor. Ay, ay,
ay. Yeah. Joining me is Senor Ishmael.
Yeah.
Now, I said cowboys, but in hablo español, we don't say cowboys. So what?
The word is charros.
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 Charros, yes. Let's give another hand for the charros. Yes, yes. Share a little bit about Cinco de Mayo. It's coming up, and kind of share a little bit about what Cinco de Mayo is.
Well, Cinco de Mayo is like the biggest Mexican celebration in the United States.
Yes.
For Mexican nationals, it's just the winning of a bottle.
Okay.
You know, back in 1862 or something like that.
Yes.
It's been like the day of the celebration for Mexican nationals in the United States.
Okay. Yeah, so let's give a clap for that. Let's give a clap for that. So how long you been doing with the? Help me with it again.
Charros?
Charros.
Charros.
Yes.
Well, I've been doing this here in the Oregon for the last 15 years.
Oh my goodness.
So
yeah.
we belong to a couple organizations.
Okay.
Begin with the Mexican Federation of Charros.
Okay.
Which is a Mexican sport.
Oh.
And we try to promote our Mexican culture through charreria. That's why we're here
Charrerías.
to
Yes.
help, the Cinco de Mayo celebration.
Okay.
With these guys that the first one, Charlie Palomino.
Yes.
Who belongs to the.
Come on up, Charlie.
Charlie Palomino.
Come on up here. Have a seat. Have a seat. Come on up. What's the other gentleman? Grab that mic right there and just clip it on you. There you go. And what's the other young man's name?
The other one is Adrian Mendoza.
Mendoza, son. Come on up. Yes.
So Charlie belongs to the School of Charreria Los Mendoza, which is in Richfield, Washington.
Yes.
And also, Adrian, which is the son of the founder, but also Adrian has a little group called Charros Unidos.
Charros Unidos.
Charros Unidos. So
yes. Now, what does that mean? That's the Spanish, hablo español. What does it mean in English?
Charros Unidos?
Yes.
Like United Charros.
Okay, united. Okay.
United Charros.
Yes. How you young man's doing?
Oh, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, doing pretty good.
That was some fancy, is it rope?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you get involved with that?
Well, actually, when I was young, I mean, there's like competitions that are around. There's like.
They said when I was young.
Well,
younger.
Yeah. Well, younger, actually. Sorry about that. I went to classes actually, and I saw him there.
Okay.
And then they decided to make like a school.
Okay.
And well, my other what's it called? My other friend is not here, but
next time we bring him. We have him come with you. Okay. Yes.
For sure.
Today.
Yeah, he's busy today. Yeah, they did a school. Me and him like started off, and then we started like growing. We try to like get more kids involved, you know, and just like, get part of us to like represent our culture.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Absolutely.
How long you been doing this, Charlie?
I've been doing it for 4 years.
Oh my goodness, 4 years. Yeah. Y'all have some fast. Now go ahead. How did you get involved?
Well, I got involved because of my dad. So,
Okay.
Yeah. I was
He's a
like-
founder.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
got
a
it.
big charro.
So he's
yeah.
big.
He's a big charro.
So you had to get involved. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Kind of had to. No, yeah. So we were at a family party,
Okay.
and I was like 8 years old, and he was just
my
like, "Come
goodness.
outside, I want to show you something."
Right.
And he just had a little rope, and he just do circles.
Right.
And it was kind of frustrating at first because didn't really know how to do it, but once I got the hang of it, it just all kind of started coming along, and it's all just practice and practice and practice. But yeah, my dad's the one that taught me everything I know.
Right. Now, how do you guys stay motivated and stand with your culture and doing something like this, still getting distracted?
It's hard to say, but it's
Okay.
just, it's mostly like it's a passion, you know. It's
Right.
a passion for what you do. It's like at the same time, it's like a stress reliever, you know. You got so much stuff going on, and you're just like, I'm just gonna grab the rope and go at it, you know.
Yeah.
Or go ride a horse.
It's an old saying. It's like to be a charro is a way of living.
Yeah, it's a way of living.
It's not only
Yes.
the national sport, but it's also a way of living.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Some guys really live it like these ones.
They live it, huh?
Yeah.
So what do you share with your friends when they see y'all grabbing this rope and what do you tell them? What do you tell them?
If they're at the farm or
Yes.
if they're well, we do have a lot of friends that come to the farm and everything, but
Yes.
everything we do there is just like ride horses, hang out,
Oh my goodness.
ride bulls.
Oh my, now that's
ride
stress
mare-
release too, huh?
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
Yes.
Poor
So,
guys.
yeah.
Yes.
During competitions, we're supposed to dress like this, like how we're dressed. Full.
Okay. Now, is there a name for each piece of costume?
Oh, yeah.
Costume that you have on?
Yeah.
Kind of share a little bit about each
So
one of you. Yes.
what we got right here is called the sombrero charro.
Okay.
And
Sombrero charro.
Sombrero charro.
Okay.
If you thought Louis Vuitton is expensive, just wait until I tell you how much
So
this
buy one of
costs.
them,
Just wait. So we'll start off with the sombrero charro, which can range from anywhere from $200 to $1,500.
My goodness.
Next, we got the moño, anywhere from $30 to $60, depending on the quality. This is all quality and
Gotcha.
people who make it. And then we got the shirts that are made to our size, adjusted to our size. So we got-
Tailored made.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Those can range anywhere from $60 to $300.
My goodness.
Then we got the most expensive part, which is the belt right here.
Right.
This is all handmade, stitched.
My goodness.
Those can range anywhere from, let's say, $300 to even $2,000 to $3,000.
My goodness.
And then we got the belt buckle right here, which he won in a competition. And then we got the pants. Can't have pockets in the back, only in the front.
Right. What?
These can range anywhere from $200 to $500 too. And then last but not least, we got our boots. Those can range anywhere from $60 to $100.
My goodness. I just did a little math, man.
So yeah, you can really
I see why you say Louis Vuitton.
and it gets expensive over the time
Right.
because people grow out of their shirts. Like Charlie, like he's gonna grow out of his
Right,
shirt pretty soon, and he's
absolutely,
gonna need another one. So he's gonna start have to start working.
Yeah. So how did you win the belt buckle?
Well, actually, there's competitions. They're called charreadas.
Okay.
We basically do like something similar like this, but like bull riding. That's like one of the things we do.
Okay, no, you talking about the big 1,000, 2,000 pound bulls?
Yeah.
Something like that.
My goodness.
It's different categories.
There's different
Yeah, okay.
categories. Yeah.
Different,
You move up to the
yeah,
to
to
the big
the big
guys.
ones,
Okay,
yes.
got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, and then he just competes in them, and then
Okay.
first place, second place, and third place. And it always depends. Sometimes it's belt buckles, sometimes it's money, sometimes it's I don't know, shirts or stuff like it. It depends, you know. Trophies.
You got to get some money to support. I mean,
I know.
I mean, we're talking like the big
Yes.
guys, is like almost the professionals that are mostly in Mexico City or the Mexico area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some we have pretty good level here in the United States, in California and Texas.
Right. So eventually, you guys will get to that level, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
the,
Oh, yeah.
practice.
the junior champions are from California.
Okay.
The ones in Mexico, the big competition.
Right.
For the first time ever, the champion is from California.
Oh my goodness.
So
let's
it's
get-
growing.
Yes. So where do we go from here with what you're doing? You guys are here for just Cinco de Mayo now?
Yeah.
Okay, and then
Right.
you go.
Well, we're
go
here
ahead.
with you, but actually, we have a federation here in Oregon and Washington.
A federation here.
Yeah, we
okay.
have in both states teams.
Okay.
Teams that compete every year
Okay.
for the state championship and they go for the national championship.
So how does somebody be able to come and watch this?
They need to go to a charreada, which is like a rodeo, a Mexican rodeo, which is a charreada.
Okay, is there a website or something they could go to?
You can go to Charros de Oregon, USA
Okay.
to find out more, or
Find out
Charros Unidos.
Our YouTube channel.
Oh,
Our
YouTube,
YouTube
oh,
channel.
yeah,
YouTube
see,
channel.
the young folks say YouTube channel.
Yeah.
All that other stuff,
You
YouTube
can
channel.
find out more there. You can follow them there faster than us.
right.
Yeah.
Right next, we got a young lady coming up doing some poetry for us. Go ahead and get on the mic for us. Let's give her a hand. And then we're going to be closing out with the sisters. Okay, thank you for these young men again.
Thank you.
For my people using phrases such as, I ain't seen you since the other day ago. For my people telling me you done got so big since the last time I seen you. For my people who fought for our rights. For my people who hold on and cherish everything they've got. For my people who love their brown skin just as much as they love payday. For my people who stunt their every waking moment. For my people whose every breath intimidates the world. For my people, I work harder. For my people, I refuse. I will not. I am not just another statistic. For my people who witness our struggles, hang on tightly because our day is someday. It's going to come around that corner and bend it faster than we know it. A blink of an eye. For my people, from my people, to know, to understand, to remember, they can't hide the truth from the youth. They can steal the fruit, but never the roots. For my people to know, we are black and more than just beautiful. We are powerful, as mighty as a lion. For my people to understand the reason us as a black community are loved by few and hated by many is the simple fact that we got what they can't have. For my people, we are the melanin gods of goddesses. For my people, and for we are the black melanin rich kingdom, and it will forever be fermented in our veins.
Ready to come up? What school you go to?
Madison.
How did you get involved with poetry?
Well,
Sistah4life, come on up.
in my English class, we had to write a whole bunch of poems. I didn't know what it was for at first, but then we had to choose our favorite one, and then we had to perform it in front of our class. And our classmates got to choose who had the best poem in the class. So then it was me, and then there's some other people. I forgot their names. And then we had this ninth grade poetry slam where we had to perform it in front of all of the ninth graders.
Yeah.
So then we did a poetry slam, and I won first place in that.
Good job, yes.
And then we had another, a TPS poetry slam. I won fourth place in that one, and then they just had, what is it called? They had another poetry slam that was like all of Portland.
Oh my goodness.
But I didn't do that one.
Would you come back at another time and do some more singing and poetry and maybe some of the ladies or people that was involved with your poetry slam?
Yeah.
Let's give another hand for some. Right now we got Sistah4life. They're gonna show us. Y'all go stay right up. Come on this side here. They want you on this side of the line for the lighting. Come on in and y'all just do what you start. Did you have some music? They got music for you?
Yes.
Okay, they got some music for them. And now this is what you ladies do at the practice. Is it at the line dancing? So we're gonna
At our line dance workout classes.
line dance workout. This is a little bit of what you're gonna do. Now this got 5,000 steps in it. Because I was gonna get in there, but the 5,000 steps.
This particular dance that you're about to do, we actually choreographed. This is our dance, so everybody that does this dance. It was choreographed through us. Nationwide.
Ladies, Sisters for Life. They got the music. And Laura, could you take a picture of me and this nice Oh yeah, absolutely. With her. I'll make sure I send it to you. That's the Sisters for Life. Sisters for Life. So you could do a little bit more. Keep going to take us, not take us out, but finish the show on out. Oh, there we go. Go ahead. Is that your song? No. Okay, put that song on. They're going to do a little bit more for us, for y'all out there, so then y'all can see what they're doing. And how do we get in touch? How do they get in touch with you one more time?
971-319-3745 is our phone number. Someone's always answering.
Go ahead and do your thing. There they go. Hey! See, fellas, we got to get in there. We got to get in there, fellas. We got to get in there, fellas. We got to get in there, fellas. Sisters for Life. Y'all hear that? Thank you. Thank you, everybody.